Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
Hey VC, Midge here, a poorly guy in a hat who likes to talk about records. And over the past week, I've had some sort of cold, flu, virus, bug. It's knocked me for six, to be honest. I lost my voice, as you can tell. Headaches, face thumping, hot and cold, all that shizzle. So I don't know what it is, but it's totally knocked me for six. So I was planning on doing a few videos, and it just didn't happen because I couldn't talk for a start. So I thought I'll try and ease back into it. I was starting to feel a little bit better, but I still feel rough. I mean, I look rough, don't I? I look like yeah. So yeah, we'll try and get through this video. I'm currently powered by Lucasade. I mean, Lucasade cures everything, doesn't it? So if my voice holds up, we'll get through this video. So that's better. Yeah. So this video is a follow-up to a video I made a while ago about Record Store Day 2026. And I thought it would be interesting if I did a series of videos. Well, interesting for me. I don't know if you lot find it interesting. Interesting in terms of how it started and how it finished, and the albums that got dropped or picked up on the way. And this is the second video on the subject, and I've seen the Record Store Day prices now. So hopefully that should trim the list down a little bit. And to make it a bit more interesting to you, the punter, I thought rather than, because it's all about me really, it's my list and what I've chosen and all that sort of stuff. So to make it a bit interesting, I've been dabbling with a new piece of kit which could prove quite revolutionary in the vinyl world. And I call it the Murphometer, for reasons that hopefully should become apparent as we go along. But this is it here. This is the prototype. It's only small. It's wireless, and I haven't got a patent on it yet, so don't go stealing it. But basically, this little wireless kit, you tailor it with the software that I also provide, and it's so you put in your height, your weight, your size, what sort of music you're into, and more importantly, what you consider to be a decent price to pay for vinyl albums and what isn't. So if you read out price lists of albums, this handy gizmo here will tell you if it's a good price or if they're taking the mickey. So what I thought we'd do is, I thought this is probably a really good way of testing this new gizmo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through my list of Record Store Day titles I'm interested in. I've taken prices off a few different vinyl record shop price lists to give a rough idea of how much things are going to go for. So I'm hoping to trim down the list a little bit, and this hopefully should help. And if I get a good run through on this video and it works all right, apparently Amstrad are interested. So maybe I've Lord Sugar on the phone by the end of this video. But we'll see how we get on. So I'll leave it here. It's got to be within voice range, and obviously I'm losing my voice, so that might have an impact. I'm not sure yet, but let's try it out as we go along. So basically, I'm going to go back through my Record Store Day list and give you a rough idea of the prices. These aren't the set prices. These are sort of like a medium of prices I've gained from a couple of different record shop sites, but it gives you an idea. And we'll see if the Murphometer will work and tell me whether to avoid or to go for it. Okay? So I'm just going to grab another sip of Lemsip. Not Lemsip, Lucasade. Hoping for some freebies after this. Anyway, let's go back through the list. So the first on my list, if you remember from the last video, was Amusement Park, self-titled. And according to the prices I found online, this one will be going for between $21.99 and $22.99. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, good price. So that's staying on the list. Yeah, well, it's working, isn't it? It's working. Cool. Next up, Blonde on Blonde's Rebirth. I'm not going to talk about what the music content of this because I touched on that in the last video. So this is just the prices. So next one I'm interested in is Blonde on Blonde Rebirth. That's going for between $25.99 and $28.99. Yeah, I mean, that price is pretty reasonable. Hopefully more towards the $25.99. But yeah, still keeps me interested. Decent price, you know, fancy that album. So yeah. Next on the list is the reissue of Captain Beefheart's Lick My Decals Off 2 LP set. I don't know what the bonus tracks are, which is a bit of a deal breaker because of some of these Beefheart reissues. The bonus tracks can be really good. I'm thinking of the Spotlight Kid. I think they were really good. And other ones can be a bit like, you know, just instrumentals or stuff like that weren't particularly great. But yeah, so Captain Beefheart, Lick My Decals Off, $48.99. This seems to be going for.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I think that's a high price, to be honest. And the Beefheart reissues normally are quite high priced. This is definitely one that I'm gonna drop from the list, and I'm just gonna look out for sales because the last few Captain Beefheart RSD vinyl reissues have all been in the sales. So that's a tip for you there. So I'm gonna leave that one and wait and see. Also, I want to see the track listing. So yeah, you're right. All right. Yeah, I've said no. I'm not getting it. All right. Sorry, Caramax off on one. He don't like high prices either. All right. Don't listen to me. Okay, next up we've got Chris Lewis's Songs of Protest. That's going for between $24.99 and $25.99. Fair price. That's staying on the list so far. Next up we've got Colonel Bagshot's Oh What a Lovely War, coloured vinyl and 7-inch. According to the websites, this is going to be retailing for $44.99.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, that's too much for me. I think that's quite a high price, to be honest with you. Again, I've already got the LP. I did like the idea of an upgrade. It does look nice, but it's either be a sale item or I'm just not. I'm not going for that. I can't go for that, as Hall & Oates once said. No can do. Not at that price, so that's off the list. Next up, we've got Congos with Congo Ashanti. That's going between $26.99 and $27.99. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Yeah, that's staying on the list so far. Next up is a collaboration between Chuck D and John Densmore. I can't find anything, any tracks, any music by them online, so I still don't know what it sounds like. So I think that's one to be a bit careful of. I'm still interested. Some website list it as being $25.99, which is, yeah. Or some websites list it as $31.99.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, so that's maybe. Next up, we've got Jill Scott Heron's Reflections reissue between $26.99 and $28.99. Yeah, reasonable. I think that's going to stay on the list. Next up, we have something that I'm particularly interested in. It's the Ike White Changing Times album. That's going for between $27.49 and $28.99. Yeah, bit pricey for a single album, but it's a reissue, and I'm particularly keen to get a copy. So I think that's going to stay on the list. It's a bit of an in between of that one, but yeah, I think that's going to stay on the list. Sorry, our voice is going now. Okay, where were we? Okay, next up, Jackie Matu in Cold Blood, reggae reissue, $25.99. Yeah, reasonable. That's probably going to stay on the list. And next up, one I know is going to be expensive. Well, one I knew I was going to be expensive, but still keen on the idea. And that's the John Lennon album, Love, the Meditation Mixes. And according to the website, that's going to retail between $84.99 and £100.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, that's off the list. I knew it'd be expensive. Not paying £100 for that.
Get the fuck out of here!
Not even paid $84.99 for that.
Get the fuck out of here!
I'm sure it'd be nice. I'm sure it'd be right up my alley because I really enjoyed the first one. Again, that's off the list. I'm going to wait for hopefully a sale. I was very lucky to get the first one really cheap. I don't think that's going to happen again, so we'll wait and see. But that is definitely off the list. Okay, next up, National Health of Q's and Cures reissue, retailing between $24.99 and $25.99. Yeah, staying on the list. Yeah, reasonable price. Yeah. Next up is Peregrine with Songs of Mine, a folk rock album reissue between $24.99 and $26.99. Although it's a good price, I think I could see that falling off the list only because there's things on this list that I want more, and I already know that it's starting to rack up. So I'll give you a rough price guide at the end of this, but I think that is going to drop off the list simply because there's other things on this list that I do want more. Next up, we've got a hip-hop reissue of the Poor Righteous Teachers New World Order album, and that's looking like it's retailing at $35.99.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go for that at that price. Yeah, I think that's going to drop off. Again, it might be one that pops up in a sale. I can't see that being a particularly sought after title, so we'll just see. We'll see. Next up, we've got the Radha Krishna Temple reissue. According to various sites, there seems to be quite a fluctuation in this price. It's priced between $27.99 and $34.99.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, off the list. Curious, fancied a copy, but to be honest with you, I think I prefer to get an Apple copy if I'm going to go for one. That seems a bit pricey to me. Is it a Dark Horse reissue? It might be. But yeah, I think that's going to drop off the list. Next up, we've got the Soul Jazz compilation Power Pop, retailing between $28.99 and $29.99. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. 2 LP set, double album, lots of sleeve notes and stuff. So Soul Jazz is usually good value for money, so that's staying on the list. Next up, we've got Soul reissue of the South Shore Commission album. That's coming in at a very reasonable $22.99. Yeah, you're quite right, Eddie. Great price. Definitely staying on the list. Next up, we've got the controversially titled Spunk and Tied It Up disco reissue, and that's apparently between $22.99 and $24.99. Yeah, staying on the list. Good price. Excuse me. Next up, we've got the reissue of the Streets album Computers and Blues. This seems to be retailing between $27.49 and $32.99. Bit in the middle, but overall, yeah, I think I'm going to go for that, to be honest with you. It'd be nice to have all the Streets albums on vinyl. So, yeah, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That's a maybe. And the last one is the Tina Harvey reissue, self-titled. You know, the landlady one. Why don't you get out of my pub? Sort of cover on it. And I should have done that. That's going for $22.99. Which, yeah, again, reasonable price. But I think that might drop off the list as well, simply because I think there's other things on this list that I want more. Okay, to summarise, if I keep everything on the list and I manage to get everything on the list, it's going to cost.
And the target to get, there's no point, 500.
Yeah, it's still too high. It's a lot of money, that, and do I really want to spend that much money on records all day? Well, I do, I do if I had it, but I think a few things are going to have to be dropped off the list. And also, you don't know what you're getting on the day. There's no guarantee that my local record shop will be stocking all these titles, or even that I'll be able to get them. So again, it's a let's see, but the list is trimmed slightly, so let's see what happens on the next video. I'm not sure when the next video will be. Maybe when I finalise the list, I don't know, but we'll see. But I can tell you one thing with certainty is that this little wonder has definitely got a future in the vinyl community market. Obviously it needs a bit of a design and a sort of a shape up really, but I would say that was a pretty successful first test. So we get all the rights sorted out, and yeah, This has got a future, definitely. It's definitely got a future. Excuse me. Yeah? Is it Alan Sugar? No. Temu?
Nice.